Hi, I'm Ariel, and I'm here to teach you how to find your elected officials. The world of politics can seem a bit intimidating at first, but with some research and the right resources, it's actually quite simple. Before we begin, let's start by breaking down that term. We live in a democracy, which means we are in charge of who gets appointed to certain political positions through a process called voting. I doubt you need a reminder of what voting is. These elected officials serve the people and represent the values of those that elected them, aka their constituents. Similarly to our nation's government, state governments are also divided into legislative, judicial, and executive branches. A few examples of statewide elected officials are the Lieutenant Governor, the State Treasurer, Attorney General, and Auditor General. Researching the role they play is incredibly important because they directly impact the decisions that are made. Decisions that affect everyone in your area. Next, it's important to know how to find one. It may seem as straightforward as just turning on the news, but news outlets often don't display the individual ideologies of certain candidates as a way to prevent bias. This is where you'll need to do a bit of deep digging. The internet is also a good source, but it's incredibly vast and subject to disinformation. You want your resources to be as accurate and clear as possible. That's where I come in. My job is to make sure you're properly equipped with such materials. A great website to use to find your elected officials is live.cicerodata.com. First, head to the website. Next, input your address. Instantly, you're able to get access to your local, state, and national officials from your smartphone. From there, you can visit their individual websites to discover more about their policies and recent initiatives. Well, I hope that helped give at least some insight on how to engage in advocacy work through understanding the role that your elected officials play in political and social systems. We all have a responsibility to vote for people who can make positive change in our communities, cities, and states, so it's important to have a solid foundation. If you have any questions, email info@urbedadvocates.org, visit our website, www.urbedadvocates.org, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook @UrbEdAdvocates.